Michigan State's number one priority in the class of 2026 is Jasiah Jervis. We've covered him. It feels like daily right now. We do a video every time Tom Izzo sends some poor intern to follow Jasiah Jervis to the coffee store. Anyways, Jasiah Jervis has actually updated his recruitment a little bit. Some things are moving here. Over the weekend, Jasiah canceled official visits to Oregon and Texas. Those were two of his, I want to say, quote unquote, final eight. So he may technically be down to six schools now. Yeah, the six schools that he is still considering officially. This comes from Adam Zagoria: Florida, Pittsburgh, NC State, Illinois, Tennessee, and Michigan State. Now, we could question how involved some of these schools are. I haven't heard much from Illinois lately in with Jasiah. Florida still definitely trying to get involved. Tennessee, I believe, sent a bunch of coaches to Jasiah last week. So there are teams still trying to make their way here. But by all accounts, as we have covered it in the last week, NC State and Michigan State are the two out in front that are going head to head that feel really, really good about their chances as others try and get involved. While Jasiah canceled two visits, we also got an external update. And I'm going to paraphrase this. But this, I believe, was shared through the Burner Ball Discord. We know that Trilly is always giving recruiting updates in there. So, again, everybody go sign up for Burner Ball. We've done some work with Burner Ball before. I did the Jeopardy episode this summer. So, if you want to stay up to date on college basketball recruiting stuff, Burner Ball is the place to be if you want all of Trilly's updates. However, Trilly's Jasiah Jervis update was really interesting. I'm going to paraphrase this. The recruitment is getting interesting. 3 different teams reached out asking what's going on. Trilly has different opinions, or he's heard different opinions. Supposedly, members of Jasiah Jervis's camp have very differing takes on what Jasiah should do. In the end, as Trilly put it, and this is, the mystery that is the great Trilly Donovan, kind of putting personal conjecture here, but if I had to pick a leader, I'd give the slight edge to Sparty, with Pitt, NC State, and Florida all there. So this is the latest update. Again, go subscribe to Burner Ball so you can get daily updates like this. But a messy recruitment, that feels fair to say. This is an interesting, messy recruitment. But if I had to guess, Michigan State leads. Simultaneously, he cancels Oregon and Texas. How should Michigan State fans be interpreting all of these simultaneous updates?
I mean, I think Michigan State fans are going to take it positively no matter what. I watched the video Riley Cart did Thursday. Was it just like predicting where like high school recruits go? And I believe this is Cart's words. Will Wade is not that guy. Um, Crazy statement, but I think
That's the
that's
last guy I would want to say word for word, not that guy for.
facts. I want zero smoke with Will Wade if I'm anybody. Like, let's just like let Will Wade be Will Wade and you do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But truly, like, if it to me, I think they should be interpreting it well because, like, let's be honest, if this was a recruitment that was about money, I think it's already done and he's already in at NC State, which makes me think this isn't necessarily about money. And if it isn't about money, I think it trends very well for a Michigan State. Um, I think the team they should be most worried about is probably Florida. I wouldn't want to be hot in a recruitment. You think it's just you and NC State, then the defending national champions pop up and they want to get involved. I'd be a little worried about that. I think you could sell a Jasiah Jervis very easily on like an Elijah Martin type role or a what's the guy's name that's on the Warriors now?
Will Richard?
Will Richard role, excuse me. I think you could sell Josiah Jervis very easily on one of those two guys' roles. So, I mean, I'd be worried about Florida, but I think if it was like if I'd be feeling pretty good if I was Michigan State, to be honest.
Yeah, here's my honest stuff. If Carter was here, I could go full comedian troll of him and just try to make him nervous because there's nothing I love to do more than make Carter Elliott sweat. Okay, it's my favorite pastime. But he's not here, so I don't have to do that right now. So I'll give some honest analysis of this. You should only interpret this as a good thing if you're a Michigan State fan. If it's a messy recruitment, guess what? Typically with messy recruitments, nobody wants to go out on a limb and say, yeah, I think this team leads. Now, this is why I like what Trilly does, because Trilly, the beauty of his whole arrangement and what he's built with Burner Ball is that Trilly doesn't have to be afraid of getting something wrong, right? He's just Trilly. That's not a, I mean, there is a real human being behind. We don't know who it is, right? He's not a leading guy employed by a company. It's all independent, right? So usually with messy recruitments, you won't see recruiting insiders like crystal ball anything because too much up in the air. Now, is it good that it's a messy recruitment? No, no, no. The last thing I would want to hear if I'm a Michigan State fan who has watched Tom Izzo put more resources into Jasiah Jervis than every other coaching staff combined is, yeah, there's different opinions in his camp. I would hope that after all Izzo and staff have done, the opinion in his camp is aligned. Damn, Michigan State wants you more than everyone else. If there are differing opinions there, it's safe to say at minimum one of the opinions is you should go to Michigan State. But if there are differing opinions, that means there are different voices that matter here that might be saying, well, Todd Golden will pay you, and they got clubs down there. It'd be fun to come visit you in Florida. Gator boys stay hot. Or Will Wade has a big checkbook, a big checkbook. So it'll be interesting to see. I will say this: I didn't get the sense that Josiah's recruitment was messy before this. That's the news to me here is not, oh, Michigan State leads. I think that should be relatively obvious at this point. The news is, yeah, I'd say this is messy. There's a lot of different voices. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about Jasiah Jervis's camp before this. So messy recruitments are always scary, even if we're giving the edge to Michigan State right now.
Yeah, I didn't. To be completely honest, I had no idea Josiah Jervis had a camp. That is the biggest news. He's a top 40 recruit, like with a full-on camp, and like you're a top 40 recruit, you have a full-on camp, and you can't get along. That's crazy to me. Like that's crazy to me. He's a really good recruit, really good player. I'm not trying to take anything away from Josiah Jervis, but like, where do we draw the line on who has camps as seniors in high school? Make the best decision for yourself, Josiah. I personally think that's Michigan State. Do not, but I don't think you're wrong with what you said. Gator boys stay hot. The clubs in Florida are fun. He would pay you. We can go out on a Saturday night after you played a Saturday morning game and have to stay in your dormitory because you're 18. I do think that's like being put in his ears a lot, and I think that there's a world that wins out because at the end of the day, like um, kids are easily influenced. So
Well,
I hope he personally makes the best decision for him, but I don't think there's not a guarantee that's what happens here.
so I didn't know that we were talking directly to Josiah on this video, but now that I know that, let me fall in line. Because if there are reports that there are differing opinions within his camp, that might just be Carter and I being in his camp. Want to be clear, Carter and I are in Jasiah Jervis's camp. Josiah actually messaged us after the first video we did about him earlier this summer. It's part of why I love him so much. He came on and was just like, "Man, appreciate the video, but y'all are tripping on my passing, man. Like I can play make." Like, and I was like, "Oh, I love this kid. This is my guy." So he is my favorite guard in the class, truly. I'm trying to get him to come back on and update the recruitment and video form for us. So Josiah, if this makes its way to you or anyone really in your camp, reminder, we are also in your camp and we would love to chat with you now that your recruitment's heating up. With that said, differing voices on where he should go. Yeah, because Carter says he should go to Michigan State, and I say you should go anywhere but Michigan State. Pick a school. They're all great. They're all fun. NC State, great spot for you. Did you see they did like a Navy SEALs thing this weekend? They were floating in the water. It
Uh,
looks cool.
I want to speak to Josiah really quickly. I want to be in your camp. I could be the deciding vote here. That's what I do best. I don't like being the first initial person, but if I'm the third person where it's like someone thinks this, someone thinks that, you choose align yourself with somebody, I can help you sniff that out very easily, Josiah. If you need any help, reach out. No one has reached out to me yet in regards to this. I asked Trevin Nell a few questions in his DMs. He didn't respond. Um,
Weren't you also with Debonsa for a while? What
yeah,
happened there?
His whole family, I tried to reach out to. Hand up, I probably went about that one the wrong way. But Josiah, if you need anybody else in your camp, I've been adamant about this. I'm the perfect guy for it, just to help you make decisions.
Yeah, well, I do endorse that message, that's for sure. We'll see where this goes. Last note from me, messy recruitments. Can you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'm going to name a coach, and you tell me if they typically win messy recruitments.
I
Tom
got you.
Izzo. Thumbs up. He wins messy recruitments.
If it
When's the last messy recruitment that Tom Izzo has won?
Booker, right?
Was that a messy recruitment? I thought that was a pretty like
Clean
by the
cut.
book recruitment. Yeah.
I felt like it was messy just because it was like all of them together or none of them type of thing. Like that whole recruiting class felt like it was everybody was going to go or you weren't really going to get, you were only going to get fears.
I mean, I am not saying that Tom Izzo doesn't have recruiting chops, but I'll use a recent family example here. Jace Richardson's recruitment was not messy.
Yeah.
It was clean. He's in it for the right reasons, correct?
Yeah.
Jackson Richardson, little bro, messy recruitment. We don't know what he wants. He's kind of all over the place. His family wants something different than what he wants, right? The words messy recruitment are scary if I follow Tom Izzo. The words messy recruitment are what Will Wade wakes up and looks in the mirror and says to himself, okay, today let's have a messy recruitment. So it's just a little clerical note from me here. Messy makes me think Will Wade.
I will say to your point, Tom Izzo gets Jeremy Fears Jr., Will Wade would have got Jeremiah.
Messy recruitment. I love mess.